Okay, hi everyone, welcome to this presentation. Today I'm going to talk about media in the UK. So maybe you already saw the other presentation about media and entertainment, technology, the internet. Oh, this is a similar presentation. Okay, so first we're going to look at the use of internet and media at universities in the UK. So, as you can imagine, all students in the UK need to use internet for their studies. They use internet in class for studying. They use the internet to do investigations or to do research, as well as to do homework. They use the internet to do online courses, for online teaching, and especially now in times of coronavirus in the UK as well, all teaching is virtual at the moment. And of course, students at university, they use the internet for relaxation too, for talking with friends, chatting or talking with friends, for watching TV series, for using social media. Okay, so media in the UK, in terms of the media, divided into three categories: television, radio, and newspapers. So television, the stations, the channels, we can divide into public and private. Public ones, the most famous are the BBC, ITV, and Channel 4. And the most famous of the private ones is Sky. For radio is a similar story for public and private. For public, the most famous are all of the BBC radio channels. So we can see BBC Radio 1, Radio 2 are more modern music, current music, and sort of entertainment. Radio 3 is classical music. Radio 4 is like talk radio, different news programs, discussions, these sorts of things. Radio 5 is the sports, 5 Live is the sports radio, and Radio 6 is also a music radio. And here are some of the private radio stations: Kiss, Heart, Capital. We also have LBC, ones like this. And newspapers, well, there are many different newspapers. Maybe the two biggest ones, most respected, are The Guardian and The Times. Okay, so now we're going to talk about media preferences in the UK. So for news, for young people, most young people, so teenagers, people in their 20s, they consume news online, on the internet, on social media, whereas adults or older people are more likely to read newspapers or watch TV news. So read newspapers, watch the news on TV, whereas young people read the news online or on social media. What else? So for social media, teenagers, young people, very young people and teenagers, so 13, 14, 15, 16, they're more likely to use, so their favorite social media are TikTok and Snapchat. TikTok and Snapchat. Whereas for young people generally, in their 18, 19, in their 20s, their favourite social media are Instagram and Twitter. And older people, adults, are the ones who use Facebook the most. So when we're talking about entertainment, media and entertainment in the UK, when we're talking about entertainment, we're talking about television shows, streaming platforms like Netflix, so watching films or television shows or cartoons, music videos, things like this would be entertainment. So generally, we have entertainment on television and entertainment on streaming platforms or online or on social media. So again, this is different according to the age group. So children or teenagers are more likely to watch entertainment on YouTube. Whereas young people, their 20s or 30s, are more likely to watch entertainment on Netflix or other streaming platforms online, mostly online. Whereas older people, older adults, grandparents, are much more likely to watch entertainment on television. So in terms of that entertainment on television, we can talk about some famous television programs in the UK. I've divided it into two categories again, famous programs on television, famous program on streaming platforms like Netflix, for example. So famous programs on television, we have Love Island, which is like a reality TV show, a bit like Big Brother. The Great British Bake Off, which is a cooking program. You see people make cakes, they make food, and there's a competition. So, of course, shows like The X Factor, like talent shows, Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, The Voice. EastEnders, this is like an equivalent of like a telenovela. EastEnders, it's like a telenovela. And Match of the Day is one of the favourite football programs in the UK. And then in terms of streaming platforms, currently, some very famous ones are Peaky Blinders, The Crown, which is all about the life of the Queen, and Black Mirror as well. I'm sure you've heard of Black Mirror. Okay, now we're going to look at media usage in a normal day in the UK. So let's start at 7 o'clock in the morning. People generally listen to music or listen to the radio in the morning. So they make their breakfast, they eat their breakfast, and they listen to the news or to music, the radio. This is very common. Next, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, people use social media or listen to music, listen to the radio in their car, on the commute. The commute is the journey we make to work or to school. So yeah, in the UK, everyone uses their phone on the commute. You can see all these people. Or they listen to the radio in their car. Okay, during the day, people use social media, or they read the news online. They use Twitter, they use Facebook or Instagram. It's during the day, maybe at work, like this person. In the evening, people like to relax, watch TV, watch entertainment shows. So watch TV, watch Netflix. And then later on, people often watch the news at 10 o'clock as well. So this is a normal day in the UK in in terms of media. Early morning, breakfast, radio, music. The commute, radio, music, social media. During the day, news or social media. In the evening, well, you can watch the news first and then entertainment, or entertainment and then the news. We have the news at 6 and the news at 10. So you can watch news at 6 and then entertainment at 10, or entertainment 6, 7 and the news later. And that's a normal day. Okay, thank you for listening everyone. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.